a land of golden sand dunes, majestic architecture, and a rich tapestry of culture and history. Welcome to ancient Persia. Our journey begins with the rise of Achaemenid Empire 550 BC, founded by a visionary leader, Cyrus the Great. This empire was a testament to the ingenuity of its people. Cyrus the Great wasn't just a conqueror, he was a humanist. He created the world's first human rights charter, a true demonstration of his enlightened rule. However, empires, no matter how grand, are not eternal. The Achaemenid Empire, its splendor and advancements, started to show signs of decline around 400 BC. A combination of internal conflicts, weak leadership in the latter years, and a mighty external force led to its downfall. In 330 BC, after a series of rigorous battles, the rising power of Macedonia under Alexander the Great proved to be the final blow. This marked the end of an era, a year etched in the annals of history, the end of the Persian Empire. Yet the fall of the Achaemenid Empire was merely the beginning of a new chapter in the fascinating history of Persia. As we journey from the fall of the Achaemenid Empire, we enter a period of great change and transformation for Persia. The ensuing centuries saw the rise and fall of various empires, each leaving an indelible mark on the Persian landscape. The Seleucid, Parthian, and Sasanian empires succeeded one another, each contributing to the rich cultural mosaic of Persia. The Arab conquest of Persia in the 7th century AD brought about a profound change that continues to reverberate today, the introduction of Islam. This new religion gradually replaced the ancient Zoroastrian faith, profoundly influencing Persian society, art, and culture. However, Persia's tumultuous history did not end there. The Mongol invasion in the 13th century, led by Genghis Khan, and later the Timurid conquests, brought about a period of unrest and devastation. Yet, in the ashes of these invasions, the resilient Persians rose again. The 16th century saw the establishment of the Safavid dynasty, marking the start of a golden era in Persian history. It was during this time that Shia Islam was adopted as the state religion, a defining characteristic of Iran even today. The Safavids were patrons of arts and architecture, and their rule is marked by magnificent structures and a flourishing of Persian culture. The last dynasty before the 20th century was the Qajar dynasty. It was during this time that Persia faced increasing influence and interference from Western powers. The Qajar rulers grappled with the challenges of modernity and the preservation of tradition, a struggle that would continue into the next century. By 1900, Persia had undergone significant changes, setting the stage for the 20th century. As we move forward in our journey, we'll see how these historical shifts shaped the nation. Fast forward to the early 20th century. The land once known as Persia now calls itself Iran. This change occurred in 1935 under the rule of Reza Shah Pahlavi. The Shah requested nations to abandon the ancient name Persia and adopt the name Iran, signifying land of the Aryans. Embarking on an ambitious modernization campaign, Reza Shah Pahlavi aimed to bring his society in line with the West. He implemented broad reforms, including many significant infrastructure enhancements, and strove to secularize the country. All these measures were part of an endeavor to mold a new national identity that could reflect the modern reality, breaking away from the antiquated Persian image. Nonetheless, these transformational efforts did not go unchallenged. Traditionalists felt excluded, sparking rising tensions within the society. Despite this, Reza Shah Pahlavi persisted in advancing his vision of a renewed Iran, laying the groundwork for a modern nation that could compete with the Western world. In the 1950s, Iran, steered by Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, took a daring step. The country voted to nationalize the oil industry, which had been dominated by the British for numerous years. This decision marked a pivotal move, asserting Iran's sovereignty and economic self-reliance. But it was not without repercussions. The nationalization prompted retaliation from the UK and the US. Threatened by audacious claim to independence, they facilitated a coup d'état in 1953. Overthrowing Mossadegh and reinstating the Shah. This event, referred to as Operation Ajax, was a defining moment in Iran's history, intensifying the growing frictions between Iran and the Western powers. The mid-20th century was a turbulent era for Iran, was a phase of transformation and discord, a time when the nation was struggling with its self-identity and its position in the world. Despite making significant progress towards modernization, the country was also dealing with the repercussions of its contentious relationship with the West. By the mid-20th century, Iran had been through a whirlwind of change, but the most significant transformation was yet to unfold. 1979 marked a pivotal year in Iran's history, a year of revolution. It was a time when the winds of change swept across the Iranian landscape, carrying with them a tide of religious fervor and political upheaval. This was the year of the Islamic Revolution, led by the charismatic and determined Ayatollah Khomeini. The revolution was a tidal wave, a movement of such magnitude that it toppled the monarchy of Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, ending a dynasty that had ruled Iran for over 2,000 years. The Shah's regime, despite its attempts at modernization and westernization, was seen by many as oppressive and corrupt. The revolution represented a reaction against this, a rallying cry for a return to traditional religious values. Ayatollah Khomeini emerged as the figurehead of this revolution, his sermons and speeches resonating with the populace hungry for change. He promised a new Iran, one that would be governed by the principles of Islam and free from what he described as the corrupting influences of the West. Almost overnight, Iran went from being a close ally of the United States and Europe to a nation viewed with suspicion and wary caution. The hostage crisis at the American embassy in Tehran, which saw 52 American diplomats and citizens held for 444 days, only served to exacerbate these tensions. But the revolution also had a profound impact domestically. The establishment of the Islamic Republic saw the imposition of strict Islamic laws. Women were required to wear the hijab in public, alcohol was banned, and the powers of the religious clergy were greatly expanded. These changes were met with both acceptance and resistance, reflecting the diverse and complex nature of Iranian society. The revolution of 1979 forever changed the face of Iran, leaving a profound impact on its people and its place in the world. From the ashes of the old, a new Iran emerged, one that continues to navigate its uneasy path in the world, straddling the line between tradition and modernity, the past and the future. Iran stands as an infamous player on the world stage, but its people's influence echoes through various mediums such as art, literature, music, and the digital world. Still, its relationship with the West remains complex and fraught. Economic sanctions from the United States and Europe have strained Iran's economy. The signing of the nuclear deal, or the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, in 2015 presented a glimmer of hope for improved relations, but its future hangs in the balance amid shifting political landscapes. Through it all, the spirit of Iranians remains unbroken, testament to their rich past and enduring culture. As we look to the future, the story of Iran is far from over. Stay tuned for the next edition and remember to subscribe to stay updated with our videos. Did you learn something new about Iran today? Share your thoughts in the comments below.